to start placing the fuel tanks. So we got to figure out how the fuel tanks are mocked up properly, because surprisingly, they're only strapped down to a piece of wood. So we got to figure out how the wood is attached to the chassis, and then how wide the wood has to be, all the spacing, and then tie everything down. And then I also have to get these fuel tanks to see if they're savable or not, because, yeah, 80-year-old fuel tanks might be rusted out. We have a fuel tank here that has been modified at one point. The neck's been moved down here when I need it up here, so that'll have to be moved. But first we're going to have to open it up and see how rusted it is on the inside. So this is the original fuel tank, but as you can see, it's rusty. Alright, so I have my original tank. This is going to be the good one that we're going to put on the left-hand side or the passenger side of the vehicle, just for looks, because honestly, I don't need two tanks to drive my truck, because I'm not going cross-country with it. This here is a remanufactured or manufactured tank that Dad was building for various other trucks. So it's the right size dimensions. I just have to put the filler cap in and put the new hole for the fuel sending unit and pickup tube in here. So I need to drill a hole big enough to put that through. But how do you do that if you have nowhere to center it? So the trick I've been told, take a smaller one that fits in the hole, place that inside of that. Now we got our holes cut. This piece can actually get placed in, like so. But to attach this cast iron to the steel, the way they did it before was they leaded it together. So we're going to cheat and use body panel adhesive when we get some, because we're all out. So what we'll end up doing, we'll put a couple dabs of panel adhesive along here, stick it in, bolt it on, and it's never coming off again, hopefully. Okay, so what we're working on right now, what I'm working on right now, this is fuel sending unit and pickup tubes, as you can see, for the Army truck. Now this is actually brass from what I can tell, so I'm going to soak it in some rust remover and see if it cleans it all up. I'm going to take it apart, sort it all out, and try to get it serviceable again. I have a new float, new sending unit. That will be put in later. It's all cleaned up, it's back together. I even got the selector working again. I'll give it another coat of primer and call it done. There isn't really much else I can do to it. So I had the fuel tank in earlier so I could run the wire from the gauge up to the fuel tank, and then to ensure that a ground wire from the sending unit went to the frame. I also put the hard line from the fuel tank down to the pump. Well, as you can see, fuel tank's not anywhere. It's right there. Because that fuel tank isn't painted yet. And the roof and the doors aren't painted yet, because the paint got to the border and then apparently got turned around and then sent back to sender. So we're hurry up and wait and figure out what happened there. Sending unit pickup all bolted in. This is the hard line I was talking about. It will actually swing down and go inside the tank when it gets melted back in there. Do need to find another newer fill cap because I only have one. I'm gonna need another one for this tank when it's done. And fuel tank straps obviously aren't painted yet either. So just like any other project, there's always something slowing you down. So soon enough, we'll get it sorted. So update on the storage bins. I was hoping to utilize a laser rust removal system, but that ended up falling through, and then I tried to wire wheel it. Then I have a look at that. It didn't do too much. I think there's more paint there than it appears to be. So we're going to go with the soak in molasses method and see if it's going to strip all the rust out. So that's out of the molasses. It's had all the rust eaten away by the acid from the molasses. Now we got to pressure wash it and then clean it up and paint. Obviously, molasses doesn't take paint off, but it does a good job. There's a few little places that we'll have to hit with wire wheel and grinder, but that's a success. Now we apply the metal prep. What does this do again?
It's supposed to neutralize the rust.
Okay, so the storage bin has been cleaned and metal prep. Don't mind that color, that's from just the reaction of the metal prep to neutralize the rust. The inside was a little harder to do, but we've just gave it a couple good coats of aluminum oxide. Correction, trem-clad aluminum paint. It actually does a really good job at holding back rust. And it's nice and bright so you can see inside. The rest of the inside will probably do the same aluminum color just because we can. All right, back to some bodywork. So these are the inner skins that go on this door. They're a little rough, so now we have new ones. All I need now is trace out all the holes, drill them out. I just hope everything lines up. We will see. Now to get a lot of things painted. Dash, inner door panels, storage bin door, fuel tank straps, base for the tire, spare tire carrier, doors, all kinds of little things. There, we got a lot more of the body panels painted. So now I can get fuel tanks put on, doors be painted, I can start putting the dash in. Just another step closer to getting done. And then I'm gonna have to figure out wheels and tires, and yeah, that's gonna be so much fun.